thank you for all that you all do. I can't do it. I would not be here without you. Let me just tell you, 19 months has been a very long time. And let me tell you, I know that the entire world knows me for 6 cases. But let me remind you all, let me remind you all, that in Baltimore City, we have 49,994 other cases that we prosecute a year. So when you see these individuals like Public Enemy #1, let me just remind you all what he did. He went into broad daylight, shot 2 women in broad daylight, shot them on the porch in front of everybody. Killed 2 women, critically injured another woman in broad daylight. Public Enemy #1, he's now facing life plus 240 years. Public, despite the fact that he gave me the middle finger, I'm okay with that. Public Enemy #2, somebody who lured somebody into a playground in broad daylight and shot him twice in the head in front of his pregnant girlfriend. He's now facing life plus 50 years. When we talk about Cornell Harvey, this is an individual who got off on murder charges just 6 months before he got off on murder, right? Before I took office. He's now facing 2 consecutive life sentences for killing 1-year-old Carter Scott in Cherry Hill. When we talk about Nelson Clifford, who you just saw on the video, a 5-time serial rapist who was breaking into people's homes, raping women of color, getting up on the stand and saying that these women, these professionals, these teachers were prostitutes and consented to having sex with him. This individual who got off 4 times in 3 years under the prior administration, he's now facing 31.5 years incarceration. So, when we talk about violent repeat offenders, we're doing the job, right? But my passion, let me just tell you, my passion was to get in here and be in a position to have a seat at the table and to reform the criminal justice system. Why? Because it disproportionately affects so many of us. Let me tell you that 95% of the prosecutors in this country are white. 79% of the prosecutors in this country are white males. As a woman of color, I represent 1%. 1% of all elected prosecutors in the country. So, what I had to come to realize very early in this administration, you know, when they were making big deals about me letting go of 6 people while my predecessor let go of 18 and put it on a news story for about 5 days. What I had to come to realize is that it's not a personal attack on me, but rather what I represent. And so once I recognized that, I was okay. But what you have to recognize is that what we've done, and I'm sitting up here, I'm passionate about my community, I'm passionate about reforming the criminal justice system. I represent you. I don't represent the status quo. They didn't put me in this position. Right. So I'm not worried about them. There can be so many more Marilyn Mosbys. It's so not about me. It's so much bigger than me. And so I need you guys to understand that. And I need you guys to support me. I need you guys to volunteer. And I'm starting right now because you know why? The FOP is starting right now.
That's right. That's right.
I need your support. I'm going to need you on those phones. I'm going to need you to volunteer and knock on those doors. I'm going to need you to have those small donor fundraisers for me. I'm going to need you. Why? Not for me. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm an attorney. I can work for a really large corporation. I can make some really good money. And I don't have to be criticized every aspect of my life. It's not for me. It's what I represent. And what do I represent as an African American woman in this country? We have to protect our own, and we have to make sure that our young boys and girls are not being shot and killed all across the country. So when we talk about a movement, when we talk about what are we gonna do, we can do something right now. But I can't do it. I can't do it without you. So I will fight for you. I will stand for you. I will take the bashes. I signed up for this. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Fundraiser.